Hi guys, and welcome to today's video where I'll be going through some products that I use with my geckos, their food, their cleanup crew, as well as showing off the new packaging from Arcadia Reptile as they've gone through a bit of a makeover recently. I know I use a lot of Arcadia products, so a lot of people don't think they can get them where they are, but actually they are also available in the US, Canada, Australia, South Africa, I think in parts of Europe too. I will leave links to shops below if I can find them, because I know a lot of you see these products, you want to try them, but you don't think they're available to you, but in reality they probably are. But anyway, let's jump straight into it and look at supplements that I use. So this is Earth Pro A. For me, I use this the most. It's what most of my feeds are dusted in. I find that some vitamin powders have like quite a strong scent to them, and you'll literally see your gecko turn their nose up to them, but this one I actually quite like, and it stays on the food very well. One of the reasons in my supplementing schedule that I split up the vitamin powder quite a bit is because most of those vitamin powders contain synthetics and they can be over-supplied, over-supplemented, and that can be dangerous. The great thing about this is it contains no synthetics, which means it's non-toxic. It does also mean though that you do need to use a UV light with it. But let's quickly compare this new packaging with the old. I think it's a massive improvement. I really like this new design. Along with Pro A, I also use Calcium Pro Magnesium. This I mainly put in the calcium dish that's in my gecko's tanks. However, if I feel they need like a bit of a boost every now and again, I'll dust their food with it. I would probably recommend this over basic calcium now, just because the added magnesium allows the body to absorb and retain calcium a lot better. But yeah, let's once again compare the old and the new packaging. Once again, a big improvement. And finally, in the supplement section, we have shed support. Ziggy is actually on the back of this packet, so if you do see this in your local shop, have a quick peek. I actually didn't know this was happening, so I was very surprised. But yeah, so this one, I will admit, I don't use as often as the others. I think if you have a rescue reptile or one that is prone to shedding problems, then definitely try this out. It could be a huge benefit. Previously, the shed support came in capsules, and you had to use a certain amount of capsules over a certain period of time, over the time they're like about to shed, which was difficult for me because I don't feed my geckos every day. So feeding them and dusting their food every single day over the shedding period was difficult. Whereas now it's a powder, I guess I could easily add it in because I could just dust some of the food rather than trying to use up all the capsules. I don't use this, as I said, I don't use this as often as the others, but I think if I had a problem shedder, then I would definitely get this. I've been quite fortunate that most of my geckos shed very well at the moment. Let's quickly compare this packaging with the old one. Once again, great improvement. You may also have noticed that all three packets have a blue colour on them, on the front and the back, and this helps identify that they come under the category supplements, which I think is very handy when you're quickly looking around in a shop trying to figure out what you need. Then we have something for crested, gargoyle, mossy, giant geckos and some day geckos. It's Sticky Foot Gold, so it's 65% fruit, 15% insect. You add a bit of water, they have a diet. In comparison to its old packaging, I think it looks far better. Something about this, if I remember rightly, is it doesn't contain synthetic D3, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. So say you're using a UV light with your gecko and you want to find a diet that doesn't contain D3, then this is perfect. If you don't have a light, then I wouldn't suggest constantly using this diet. I would say every now and again maybe add it in there. I strongly feel that when you have like crested geckos and Chahuas and gargoyle geckos and stuff like that, it's good to offer variety. If they just have one flavour their entire life, like, you know, you get some picky geckos, but if you can offer them a variety, I think that's best. So for me, when I first tried Sticky Foot Gold, Lyra wasn't a big fan. Drogo, the Chahoua, quite liked it, but then he kind of went off of it. But since it's been a little while, I figured I'd make some up and see how he takes to it. So let's show that clip now. Okay, so that clip was actually filmed in the future. I don't know how it went at this point in time, so hopefully it went well. Anyway, the other thing you can try for your geckos is Reptigold. This is a jelly pop, so all you do is add boiling hot water to the powder, you let it cool in the fridge, and you have a nice, nutritious jelly. I think this is a great alternative to those horrible jelly pots you get in reptile shops that are like 90-something% coloured water. They have no nutritional value. They look like kind of cool to you, like, oh, you can get these for like 50p or whatever. But honestly, they're just terrible. So please avoid them. Even for your insects, they're just useless. But the cool thing about this packaging as well is Drogo's actually on it. So once again, if you're around, you see it in the shop, take a cheeky look, Drogo is there. Then we have something for our feeder insects. It's insect fuel. So here's the old packaging. And here's the new. On the front of the new packaging, it may be hard to see, but in black and white there's a picture of my crickets, which, I mean, by this time they have probably been eaten. I think this photo was taken like a year or so ago. And on the back are my mealworms. And like, yeah, these probably got eaten, but they're also kind of famous now. It's very nice. I didn't know this was happening once again, so this is really super cool for me. I really like the insect fuel diet because say I offer them vegetable scraps, I can just sprinkle some of this on top, or if I want to, like I did the other day, I get some in a little like dish, add some water to it, rehydrates it, pop it in. They love it, so I'd highly recommend this. Then we have custodian fuel. I've literally just ran out of this. So here's the new packaging and here's the old. The new one, once again, has my photo on it. So on the front, you can kind of see in black and white is a photo of my woodlice, and on the back, you can see it in colour. Once again, a great product that I use a lot. They come in the form of these really little sticks that you can add to your cleanup crew, or even if you have some pet inverts. They kind of create a little bit of fluff to them, but like if you have woodlice, you know they absolutely love it and they will eat it all. And the final thing I have for you today is part 1 of the Element series, Fire, the Sun, and its replication in reptile keeping. Now, I've only just started reading this, and I will admit I am a slow reader. But if you follow me on like Instagram or Twitter or something like that, I'm sure as I go through this book or when I finish it, I will definitely write something about it. From what I've read so far and having a quick look through it, it looks very good, very interesting. I know that if you want to learn more about UV, LEDs, the light and shade method, MBD, Kelvin, CRI, much more, maybe you're on the fence about using UV or you want to understand why we use certain lights with reptiles, then give this book a read. If you can't afford it at the moment, I believe you can actually request it into your local library. I will leave some like details maybe on the screen or down below, I don't know, so you can find it. But as educational books go, that are up to date, easy to understand, are suitable for both experienced and novice owners, this book isn't too expensive. If you'd like to see a review I did on the previous 3 Arcadia books, I will leave a link. And I'll also leave helpful links below to anything I've mentioned today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I would like to point out though, this isn't an ad. I have not been paid for it. I know I mention Arcadia a lot, and it's not a situation like you've seen like the beauty like vlogger industry or whatever where like they say, oh, use my Morphe code and they get something for it. Like I literally don't. I use these products a lot. I have a lot of experience with them, so I can recommend them. I know about the science, some of the science behind them, and I feel the company is very progressive in terms of striving to replicate the wild in a captive environment, rather than seeing like a product is popular and they want to jump on that bandwagon. They're like always striving to improve the lives of reptiles, and that means a lot for me. So I am obviously a big fan. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.